What's the best way you've seen someone rebel against school rules? Our school banned hoodies because they said students were hiding earbuds and sleeping in class. The punishment was immediate confiscation until your parents picked it up, which was humiliating since most parents had to take time off work. My friend Jake got his favorite black hoodie taken on a freezing Monday morning in February. It was his grandfather's old navy sweatshirt, so he was pretty upset about losing it. But Jake worked weekends at his dad's hardware store and knew how to think outside the box. He spent Monday night plotting in the tool aisle, surrounded by duct tape and construction supplies. Tuesday morning, Jake showed up wearing a regular white t-shirt, but he had carefully duct-taped hand warmers all over his arms, chest, and back. The silver packets made crinkling sounds when he walked, and he looked like some kind of bizarre cyborg. When our first period teacher, Mrs. Chen, asked what he was doing, Jake said with a completely straight face that he had a rare medical condition that made his body temperature drop dangerously low. He even brought a fake doctor's note that his older sister had typed up. Wednesday, Jake escalated things. He wore a bright tan fishing vest with about 25 pockets over a long-sleeved shirt. Every single pocket contained something different: mechanical pencils, pink erasers, granola bars, hand sanitizer, tissues, cough drops, and even a tiny first aid kit. During chemistry class, when kids needed supplies, Jake would dramatically unzip different pockets like he was some kind of mobile convenience store. He told everyone it was for advanced organization and time management skills. Thursday was absolutely genius. Jake showed up wearing a bright orange construction safety vest over his regular clothes, complete with reflective strips that caught the light every time he moved. When Principal Martinez stopped him in the hallway, Jake calmly explained that his father required him to wear proper safety equipment for his after-school training at the hardware store. He had somehow convinced his dad to write an official-looking letter on company letterhead about workplace safety protocols. The principal couldn't argue with parental requirements and workplace safety. Friday was Jake's masterpiece. He arrived wearing a bright yellow reflective crossing guard vest and carried an official-looking stop sign that he had borrowed from his neighbor who actually worked for the city. When teachers questioned him, Jake claimed he was doing community service hours for extra credit in his government class, helping with traffic safety awareness. He even had a fake schedule showing his volunteer duties. Teachers were so confused they didn't know how to respond. The following Monday, Jake's rebellion had spread like wildfire. 10 other kids showed up wearing various work uniforms and safety gear. There were construction vests, painters' coveralls, mechanic shirts, and even a kid wearing a hard hat. The hallways looked like an active construction site rather than a high school. During passing periods, you'd hear the constant crinkling of safety vests and the clanking of tools that students had attached to their belts. The teachers were going crazy trying to figure out how to handle the situation. They couldn't ban safety equipment or work uniforms without looking ridiculous. The school handbook had no rules about construction gear, and parents were backing their kids up with fake work requirements and safety training documentation. Would for that blocken, and you'll wipe deal. By Wednesday of that week, the administration realized they had created a much bigger distraction than hoodies ever were. Students were paying more attention to each other's creative safety costumes than they were to any lessons. The constant noise from reflective materials and work gear was disrupting every class. The principal called an emergency faculty meeting Thursday afternoon. Friday morning's announcements quietly included a new policy change. The hoodie ban was officially lifted, effective immediately. Jake had successfully turned their clothing policy into such a logistical nightmare that they had no choice but to surrender. Jake got his grandfather's navy sweatshirt back that same day and wore it proudly. Sometimes the best way to fight one ridiculous rule is to follow an even more ridiculous one until the whole system breaks down.